Welcome to my video of how to use Windows 8. This is the beginning set, basically a brief introduction to how to use Windows 8. After you've gone through and done the installation of Windows 8, if your machine did not come preloaded with it, you should see basically a screen. The startup screen will look like this. This is designed for touchscreen computers, so keep in mind that most of these motions are designed to be for touchscreen. However, a mouse works just fine so far as I've known. Anyway, the first thing is kind of like the blinds. You simply click and drag the bottom of the screen up and comes your account that you need to enter your password. If you need to send me an email for any questions you'd like to see in a future video, feel free to email me at highenergydesigns@gmail.com. That's highenergydesigns@gmail.com. So, let me start by putting in my generic password. And it will require you to use a complex password, such as numbers, uppercase, and lowercase letters. You cannot just use password all lowercase. You must make this, makes it a little more difficult, a little tighter on the security. Anyway, after you've entered your password, the first screen you come to is this. What to do with this? What is this? Well, this is the Start button. As in previous Windows, when you hit the Start button, all these little things come up in the menu, the Start menu, that allow you to access different things on the computer. This is just a graphical use of it, so you're not having to try to touch just the little tiny words. One of the icons down here will be the desktop. Now, I've already done some modifications, so my desktop automatically changes, but you can change how your desktop looks. I believe you can go to New Desktop Background, simply right-click anywhere on the screen, not on an icon, and hit New Desktop Background, and that'll bring up the next one if you have a series of them. You can also go up to the right, put your cursor right into the top right corner of the screen, and you will get a fancy little search bar, toolbar. You can go down to Settings. This opens it up so you can access the control panel, personalization, the information on this specific personal computer, and a help menu, as well as some other items to utilize, such as turning off the power, changing your language, and more things. So, for now, let's focus on personalization. This is where you can change your pictures. So you can set the background, and you can see that I've highlighted these three pictures. You can use any pictures you want. You can select multiple pictures. If they're not in line, just click one, hold down the control, and click the other pictures that you want to add. So if we go here, I can make it just these two here. The default generally is the fish. It's not really pretty for me, so I decided I wanted to change it. But then you can set how often it'll change, anywhere from 10 seconds to just once a day. I set mine up for, we'll do it for 1 minute, just so that you get an idea and you can actually kind of see the thing. And you can download pictures and utilize them as well. Just remember that once you've downloaded the pictures and you've used them, if you move the pictures, it will no longer shuffle or know where they're at. So you need to put them back where they're at currently. I'm not sure if updates are going to change that. Ooh, as you can see, the background just changed, the background, the wallpaper. Also, your different settings as far as how you want the picture to sit up in there. You can stretch it, tile it, center it, etc., etc. And then you can shuffle it if you have multiple pictures, more than two. It won't always put the same image next instead of doing them on a loop. Okay, so we're going to save changes. So we save changes. Also from this, you can continue on to the control panel home. And then you can also change different things like the desktop icons, the mouse pointers, and then also deal with the display settings, the taskbar settings, and the ease of access. So we're closing that. Now you'll notice one of the first things I noticed, and that you'll probably notice, is there's no start button. Interesting. Well, the start button literally is the Windows key. However, there's multiple other ways of accessing the start menu that we saw in the beginning. One way is to simply put your finger in the bottom left corner and click Go. That brings up the Start button, the Start button menu, which allows you to access the different things that you can set up depending on what you want. There's a Play Store to download more apps. Once that becomes available, you can download apps such as YouTube 8, which is a YouTube application specifically for Windows 8. And it syncs also if you use your Xbox email and password. It'll actually sync things with your Xbox account. One thing we found out is that you cannot use the Xbox and the Windows 8, be logged into both machines at the same time and utilize features from Xbox both at the same time. So if you're playing a game on here, you can't access the Xbox under that account name. Currently, that may change. I don't know. So we'll continue on to here and show you some of the other features. Generally, when you come up here, it'll show recently accessed items from your start menu. So when you go to the top left corner, you'll see different icons that have been up there. Generally, there's multiple ones. But it'll also allow you to go all the way to the Start button. So any other icons that have been recently used, I believe the top 4 or 5 looks like will appear there. So those are items you can utilize. Some of the other ones definitely are the search features. If you go to the top right screen, you can see the search features, share features. You can also access the Start button from here, that same Start menu that you use the Windows button now for. Okay, that'll take you all to the same thing. Devices, settings for all your personalization, and you can access the control panel. Anyway, as you can see, there's a redundancy and maybe even an over-redundancy to access things, but that is because generally most people who get Windows just want it to do what they want it to do. And yes, so defaults. All right, so now I'm going to go back here. We're going to go here, and you can install programs that are not applications, such as Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. The screen capture program I have called Cam Studio. You can go to camstudio.org. It's a free, it's an open source program, open source project. Feel free to check it out. Currently, it's kind of buggy with Windows 8. To be expected, Windows 8 is not even out on the market yet, so there's no need for it to really be supported for any mass market at the moment. But I'm assuming that as soon as it gets released, probably within a few days, you'll be able to search in your favorite search engine for specific apps outside of the App Store that Microsoft will provide. Anyway, feel free to send me your questions in regards to anything you'd like to see in Windows 8. I will try and answer questions as best as possible, but I will also I will make future videos available for Windows 8 as well as other MSDN, Microsoft Developer Network software. So if you have anything you'd like to see specifically, like things to do in Windows XP, even Windows 95 or DOS, all the way up to Windows 8. My next test is going to be Server 8. That'll be the next project I'm working on once I'm done figuring all the Windows 8 stuff out. Anyway, feel free to send me questions or requests for certain videos on how-tos. To highenergydesigns@gmail.com, or you can just comment here at the bottom of the video. Thanks.